2017 semester 1. So we're going to look at semester 1 It's long answers focused on application and knowledge. So I covered that before. So I'll put the 2016 and 2017 exams on Moodle. And we'll talk about this more later on, but there's 3 versions that are there. The first is the exam itself, as presented to the students. The second one is the markers guide, which is my guidance for me when I'm marking it. Okay, a lot of students just memorise that and then try to stick it in. If I know what was in the markers guide, if I see that someone's just regurgitating, I usually mark them down. Okay, I'm looking for your own thoughts. And the last one is the exam exemplar. This is someone that did particularly well, and that is the most valuable thing for you to study. That shows you what the proper answer looks like. The markers does not. Okay, I can't emphasise that. So, so what I suggest you do is use the 2016, 2017. The 2016 is a bit different. Okay, so it's a different format, but the 2017 semester 1 is about the same. Then say the 2017 semester 2 exam for a dry run, sort of run it through. So pick the exams out of the question. So for those first 2 there, I suggest you pick them out, do it, and compare them to the exemplar. And then critically analyse your results. In other words, what did I get right, what did I get wrong? Did I answer the whole question? Is it clear what I did? Now you might think, oh, I got it right. So give it to someone else and get them to mark it and compare it to the thing. Work together. Say, because you get marks for what you state, not what you think you stated. Okay? So every time I've marked you guys, every time I've marked an exam, I see a student writing something and I think, he probably understands it, or she probably understands it. But, so I give it a few marks. But you don't get full marks because you didn't elaborate on it. You didn't provide enough marks. So you get the full marks. Okay? You knew it. It was in your head. You just didn't write it down. So even though I look at it, I think, yeah, I probably could have, if I put it down to the head, they probably would have written the correct answer and got full marks for it, but they didn't. So they only get half marks for it. Okay? So you need to look at it and think, have I stated the answer? Not, have I thought about the answer? Do I know the answer? Okay, I can only mark you on what you have actually said. Okay, I can't mark you on what I think you might have said, or what you've hinted at. I can only mark you on what you have actually said. Okay, and that's the same with everyone. That is why it's always good to show you calculations and stuff in exam as well. So, just when you're looking at the exam, so we'll look at semester 1, 2017. When you're looking at it, I want you to sort of say, what is the scenario for each question? What is the situation? Am I the client, the consultant, or the contractor? Now, I might ask you to prepare a work breakdown structure for a consultant doing the design of a road. I think I did it a couple of years ago, and 3/4 of the class gave me really good work breakdown structures for a contractor doing a road. They got half marks. They knew how to do a work breakdown structure. They just didn't read the question and they gave me the wrong answer. They gave me the answer for a contractor doing the road, not a consultant. The consultant designing a road has a different work breakdown structure. They have things like site investigations, detailed preliminary design, detailed design, produce tender documents. Whereas the contractor, it's all about site establishment, clear sites, lay, prepare subgrade, lay road, seal road, things like that. Totally different. Okay, so I don't look at it and say, oh, that's a good work, that breakdown structure. I look at it and say, well, this is a person that doesn't understand the difference between what a contractor does and what a consultant does. So make sure you understand, are you the client, the consultant, or the contractor? And answer appropriately. I just can't emphasize how many people just know the answer, could have, but just didn't get that basic piece of information right. What are different types of questions? What type do you require to do? What is the marks added? So the marks is 120, you've got 120 minutes, you've got 100 marks. Which means if you calculate a mark a minute, so if it's a 5-mark question, you say I'm going to do it in 5 minutes. Okay, that sort of gives you a nice pace so that it leaves you enough time to sort of go back. The quizzes are all in the same format. I do I do it on a worksheet. Okay, so you'll get a worksheet with the questions and you write on the worksheet. Okay, so you can leave a gap there or anything like that, come back to it. So it's not like those other ones where they just give you a workbook and it's up to you to set it out. It's just like the tests that I've been giving you, you write on the exam paper. And yeah, so leave gaps and things like that. So just looking at the Moodle. So I suggest you log into Moodle and get onto the site.
I don't even get these things or answer it. So basically saying instead of we're going to be getting the first semester it's like yes. He's making it.
Okay, so just so as you know where the marks are, there's the final course loop marks there, by the way, you have to run them without. There's the revision one. So, you don't see those ones, those are all old ones. The reason why I don't put those ones in is because things have changed. So every year I get someone saying, oh, I've been looking at the 2015 exam and it's got this question, I don't know how to answer it. Yes, you don't know how to answer it because the course has changed. It's not relevant. Okay, so you can go to the library and get those other ones, but honestly, if you can't answer it, it's because you weren't taught it. So don't ask me. These are the ones that are relevant, 2016 through to there. Okay, so you can see that there's 3 things. So we'll just look at the 2017. So there's the first one, which is the exam. Okay, so you can see that it just leaves little spaces there for you to do things. The exam will be printed on one side only, so if you need to, you can continue on back and then write it on the back if you need to, okay? I made a bit of a mistake with that other one, I realised that. Okay, so that's the exam one. The next one is the markers. Now the good thing about the markers, what it shows is part. So question 1 is all about the project management thing that we did at the beginning of the year. So demonstrate an understanding of functions of project management. So it's questions like managing a project to develop and design for a new road. So what are we there? So you're managing a project to develop and design for a new road. What are you? What? Consultant. Design, consultant. Construct, contractor. Okay, make sure you get it right. So this one's all about quality. This one here is a Gantt chart. You need to know how to read a Gantt chart. Scope creep, blah, blah, blah. Okay, the next one is contract law and documentation, which we've just finished. Okay, so what are these things here? What are the different types of contracts? I'm not sure if I've been mean enough to put something like that in, but it's usually quite simple. Rights and obligations, you need to know what those are. Rawlinson's, being able to do cost estimates, like we've just done now. Usually a simple question like that in there somewhere. Then contract admin, which is also what we've just finished. So contract documentation, contract admin are much the same thing, but contract admin is more like things you do on site. So keeping a site diary, So this is quite popular, is here's the conditions of the contract, how much insurance do you put in place, how much bond do you put in place, when is the defects liability period start, all those sort of questions there that we've sort of covered in the last few weeks. And then the last one is what we did in the middle between the Easter and the mid-semester break: professional practice, ethics, sustainability, Maori issues, all those sort of things. So you can see that.
Kind of crap of how like he doesn't provide like graph paper for
so
the
it's
Gantt
basically
chart.
triple
So
bottom
I have to draw
line,
it straight.
pretty white hanging,
Yeah.
all those sort of things. So that's the format of the exam, okay? So and your one will be the same format, but obviously not the same questions. The last one is the exemplar. Did I not put an exemplar on? Damn it. Okay, I'll see if I can find an exemplar for it. I'll just give you an example of the 2016 exemplar. So you can see that it's someone that did especially well, and it sort of shows you what a good answer looks like. You can see my marks there. You can see I sometimes tick it. Now, the things to note about this person here is that they've set it out really nicely, okay? So, oh, this was an old one. I'm going to have to go to the 2017 one. Sorry, I'm going to have to go to this one. Yeah, so this one here is a calculation of some costs. So you can see the person sort of set it out all nice and neatly. So there's the line there, tick, there's the line there, tick. So you can see that by setting it out nice and neatly, it makes it easy for me to mark. Now, all too often I sort of see students give me just lines and lines and lines of text and expect me to go in and pick out the points they're making. I'm not going to do it. Okay, you need to make it very clear what the points that you want me to put a tick to. See here, this person's set it all out. I just got tick, 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 24 out of 25. Okay, the Gantt chart, they've sort of done that properly. So this one here, what are they? So notice here, describe what the item is and why is it included. So you can see there's 6 marks there, 2 marks for each one. So therefore, you get the first mark for describing what the item is, you get the second mark for telling me why it's included in the contract document. If you just tell me what it is, you get 1 mark. Okay? So you need to look at it. When there's an and, there's usually 2 parts of the question. You need to answer this bit and this bit. Okay, so when you see an and, put a circle around it. Okay, so the conditions of contract in which the tender must be followed by criteria, tick. So the contract knows the contract rules, tick. So this is, what is it, and why is it there? Okay, so tick, tick. So you can see that, and so the next one, they've sort of set that out quite nice and neatly. They didn't do a very good job of telling me what technical specs were used for. Obligations and quotes. So I've asked about obligations. You can see the person's put the clause there and the answer. So it's been very easy for me to just go through and tick the right answer. So I've spaced it out. So here, so when you're looking at the exemplars, note that they have set them out really, really easily. A lot of you make mistakes by 4 extra costs. So there's one, should have put bullet points there. Bullet point, bullet point, bullet point. That one there, didn't really elaborate on it. It says describe. So site clearance is not describing anything. So they got half a mark. So when it says describe, it means, doesn't mean list. So there's different words. So there's a word list, which means list something, like a shopping list. So it might be list the different parts of a tender document. Special conditions of contract, general conditions of contract, specifications, drawings, schedule of quantities, boom, 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 boom. Okay, that's a list. Okay, if it says list and describe, it means that you say special conditions of contract, rights and obligations specific to the contract. Okay, so it's list, give me the thing, and describe, tell me what it is. So a lot of people, when I ask these questions, they just list. Okay, a list will get you half a mark. List and describe will get the full mark. So when it says describe, I'm looking for a sentence. Okay, briefly describe as a sentence. Yeah. It's too easy. Makes it harder to move on. Okay, so look at the wording of it too. Describe. So see, there's just a list there. So you got half marks. Got them all right. Describe the risks. Didn't describe. Didn't provide. Describe. Didn't knew what they were. Just didn't elaborate on it, didn't describe them, just listed them. So, when you're looking at it, say, am I asking to be listed or described? If it's described, I've got to write a sentence describing, saying what it is. Okay? So, those words. I try to keep it to a few words. List, describe, outline. I don't even use outline, I think. List, there we go, there's list. So, shopping list there. Didn't get that fully right. Describe. Describe. So is there anyone unclear? Identify briefly. So identify is like list, okay? So what are they? So I should have said list and briefly describe. So when I use that identify and briefly describe, you could have gone on for page after page after page describing it. So, because that's the nature of those questions. So when it says briefly describe, maybe a sentence or two. Okay, so I'm not asking you to write any essays. So I usually put that briefly describe in there because it's something that you could go on and on and on and on about. When I say briefly describe, I'm just talking about a couple of sentences. Provide a table. So list, describe are the two things you need to understand. Okay. You need to understand if you're the consultant, the contractor, or the client. Okay. So, what I suggest you do is go to 2016. I'm sorry, I thought I had the 2017 one on there, but I don't. So I might just do the 2000s. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just go through the exam paper. So we won't look at the examples, we'll just look at the exam paper. So look at the 2017 exam. So let's just do question one. So what I want you to do is just in your groups, go through question one of the semester 1 2017 thing, and I want you to answer those questions. Not answer the question itself, but I want you to say, what are you? Are you a client? Are you a contractor? Are you a consultant? What is being asked of you? What could the answer possibly be? Okay, so have a look at each one of those, break it down. The reason why I'm doing this is I find that most students have the knowledge, they just got really bad
I heard you talking ages ago. Are you working for some consultant part-time? Or?
Yeah, Babbage Consultants.
Oh,
Except it's like real boring work that I'm doing.
Like admin stuff? Or?
It's like, QA work.
Oh.
So I'm basically looking over like drawings done by the draftsman and picking up on mistakes. Sometimes like the last one I did was like 80 pages long. There was only like 4 mistakes in there.
Oh my
and I had to
God.
check through every single one. And then it's like just report writing and just basic stuff. And I'm just doing interpretation. I'm just looking at all the design calculations there and trying to understand how they do it.
Yeah. Fuck, that's a pretty cool thing to land on.
That's right. Oh no, it's because my dad. That's why. So,
Oh, your dad works for them?
yeah.
Oh,
That's why I just.
Oh, that's good.
I don't like. I feel awkward working there because I try, but I really don't like the office. I don't like consultancy that much, but I'm just
Yeah.
But no, it's interesting seeing what consultancy is like. It's like funny because like all the stuff you learn here, like pretty much even like some of the stuff that Lucia teaches us, it's not good enough for like industry, and that like because I've had to be like retaught like a lot of shit like, to figure out how to do it. What's up?
What ones were they?
Oswego's OZ. Yeah, right. Or like Rasmussen kind of started like the dad shoe trend and everyone just followed him,
Does he have these ones?
And then after, he's got the Oswego 3s, and then like Balenciaga brought out there, was it the Triple S or whatever?
Oh, doesn't he? He has these, right?
Oh, you see ASAP Rocky, bro? ASAP Rocky with his Under Armour. Bro, well, like, I did not expect that,
I found those. These are the ones.
Yeah.
Pull them.
Huh?
Pull them.
What?
Pull them.
Oh, I don't know. Pratik wants to talk.
What the fuck are you? Nice.
This is why we're not getting
Gee,
involved.
just take the shoes.
Just take the shoes, bro. Take the shoes.
Just take it. How much you want to pay to take a nut? I will come. Actually come. Especially in the squat or deadlift.
Perfect gym shoes, bro.
It has hydraulic and suspension.
It's good for the knees.
So you are managing a project development design for a new road. What are you? You are the consultant. What objective of this project is to complete the design and produce tender documents by the agreed time. Now, I've told, what have I done there? What does that sentence done? I've given you the context. I don't want you to talk about safety issues. Okay, so some people, when I said identify 5 risks, went on and said worker getting hit by an excavator. Okay? Bad weather. No, the context there is to complete the design and produce the tender documents by the agreed time. That is the risk, that is the objective you're looking at. So you need to understand that we're talking about that, we're not talking about the risk of someone getting hurt on site, we're not talking about the
Quiet, please, I'm trying to learn.
of cost overrun, we're not talking about quality failures, we're talking about time. Okay? 5 risks. So how would you answer that? What would you do? So bullet points, boom, 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 bullet points, bang, 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 bang. 5 risks, boom, boom, boom. So give me the 5 risks, okay? And then briefly describe one action. So what do you need to do for that? So it's worth what, 5 marks? I was being really stingy there. I'll give you 10 for that now. But have a go at that. Have a go at answering that. 5 marks, 5, yeah. So 5 marks is 5 minutes. So I'll give you 5 minutes to do that.
You're managing pressures.
Pretty sure you can just say like, draftsman's an idiot,
Poor communication.
client's an idiot. Yeah. Everyone clapped up.
Huh? No. Because
Because it's a natural effect, right?
Oh, it's a design. I think it's a design stuff.
no, I guess it could be counted as a risk though, but you could just counter it in. So then you just
You don't
have
counter
it.
in the design part.
You just no, not in the design part, but when you're just like managing it, you have to just put a couple of days aside in case there is heavy rain and you can't work. And on top. But you know what would be easier if we just looked at the exemplar or the markers. Okay, let's go. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so risks could include calculation errors, CAD operator cannot produce drawing on time, client changes mind, final design does not meet client requirements, engineers estimate too high for client, and client delays in approving preliminary designs.
So how long do you think with client on the design?
Yeah, that's just like kind of just like the basics. Like you can still put other points in because the markers are just kind of the like main thing. Like as long as you have a sensible risk in there, then I'm pretty sure he'd give you the mark for it.
So we consulted. Yeah, we're consultants.
Bro. Oh, you even like put blue tack in and everything, eh? Huh? Why don't we just have this? Oh man, I didn't snap another one, eh?
It'll be a very Dan heavy video, I think.
I'm just holdless here.